Video 2 on this 2014 Mercedes E350. Look at the first video, I think I said it right. So it's been several minutes. Look at, we're going into the 12-minute mark right now. We're at 37 degrees Fahrenheit coming out of the center dash temperature. Right there, just dipping into the 36 degree region. And this is the cycling of the condenser fan. So the condenser fan turns on, 107 psi. The condenser fan goes basically up almost to 180 psi. It goes back down, there's 108 psi, 182, down to 111, 191, down to 119, and it's going back on right now. And you can see the fan spinning, and it's going really fast, and then you'll see the fan start to slow down. And it's just going up and down slowly, continuously. And actually it's varying. It stopped cycling, just a little bit of cycling in the fan right now. Earlier the fan was greatly cycling and turning off. But now that we're going past the 10-11 minute mark, the fan is actually staying on continuously now, and it's just slightly ramping up and down. But what is also ramping, if I put the duty cycle on the compressor for the variable displacement current, you'd see the duty cycle is actually going up and down. So right now, on this particular vehicle, in this situation, the fan is not doing this pressure cycling. It's actually internal because the fan is staying on constant now. Alright guys, I'll catch you later. Oh, little news on a shop that I've done some videos on before. This is a situation where a automotive mechanic, or if it was a body shop mechanic, doesn't matter, he decided to go into business for himself. Now I've known this guy for I'd say about 12 years or so, and he started working for a very good shop that I used to do business for. He wasn't much into reading or educating himself. He never went to any seminars, he never went to expos, he never went to any classes, but he just worked on cars. And basically he worked for a paycheck. He wasn't interested in, he didn't modify his own cars or do anything, just a worker. Well, he ended up not working at that business. The old guy retired and it sold off, and then he went business somewhere else. He went to work for somebody else, a dealership actually, and decided he didn't like that. He decided he was going to go into business for himself. Well, this was somebody who could not even properly diagnose or comprehend diagnosing a bad relay, or how a relay and how a signal is sent to a relay, and then from the relay you go to the high current side and the contacts close and then it energizes. When he left the owner's shop, he wasn't even up to the level to where he can do that very well. But he went into business for himself anyway, and he worked really hard. He's kind of messy, and he was subleasing space out of another shop. And his method of repair was like dealerships. Instead of fixing any one thing, you replace the whole assembly. And every time he would call me in for air conditioning work, if I told him it was some little thing, he would replace whole assemblies and lines. And if I told him it was an evaporator, he would just replace a whole case and everything. If I told him it was just a compressor displacement control valve that's like a $60 part, he would replace that Mercedes $1,200 compressor instead of just the valve. Everything was just like throw parts at it. And the shop, now he was definitely not ready to go into business for himself. He couldn't diagnose anything correctly. He would throw the most expensive parts at it, and this is how he made his money. And I was just called out to the shop owner of the one who owns the building, who was subleasing him part, and I asked him, where's so-and-so at? I don't see him up front, all his tools are gone. He goes, oh, I had to fire him, get rid of him. I couldn't let him sublease a space inside my building because I was afraid I was going to get a lawsuit or something was going to happen that tarnishes my name, because this individual was not repairing cars. He was just throwing parts at every diagnostic, charging customers insane amount of money. And he doesn't know how to repair cars really good, but this is how he made his living, is throwing parts at it that were expensive, and if it didn't work, throw more parts at it. So he's out of there, and this is a situation where a technician should not go into business for themselves if they don't even know, they're not to a level where they should be in business. Actually, they almost should not be an employee in the automotive business because they never advance and train themselves. So kind of sad to hear that happen, but I knew it was going to go that way because he just wasn't ready. Maybe in another 10 or 15 years he'll be ready, but unfortunately I feel sorry for his customers. All right, I'll catch you guys later.